210, we're corroding.
We're corroding?
We're corroding.
This podcast is so corrosive to people's minds. It's like taking sandpaper to the brain.
It is corroding. I corrode people.
Especially considering my microphone quality when I'm on my phone.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah,
I must admit.
Not that good.
Yes, it is. Hi, everybody. Also, it's Kikray again. He's returned.
Welcome back. Kikray is back on the podcast, because that's a thing.
And this time we actually have Vince and Kikray in the same thing. Yay.
That's because that's totally never happened before in various occasions, on various live streams and various Skype calls ever.
I meant on the podcast, boy.
You're a podcast boy.
I am a podcast boy. So welcome back, Kikray.
We're the podcast boys. Welcome to 2K16 podcast boys. Woohoo!
The podcast, the Lille podcast boys. Welcome back, Kikray. How's it going?
It's going good.
Welcome back on the show. Would you like a complimentary grease and oil mug?
No. It's funny though. I will.
Dude, we should actually make mugs. Like, no joke. I would buy one of those.
I remember a time when Ted tried to make some shirts and nobody bought them.
I made shirts, but I didn't I just bought them myself. I didn't make them available to people.
Good. So, yeah, you just have them for yourself.
Well, and my friend who wanted one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was.
A friend?
A singular friend. We sold 3 t-shirts total. I bought 2, he bought 1. Now that's what I call the celebrity life.
Hey,
living in sweet sunny Cali, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I got you.
Hey guys, I just posted a link in the group chat. You guys should look at that. This is an actual headline from The Guardian.
I feel like we've discussed this.
We haven't discussed this exact one.
Didn't we have an entire episode about articles?
Yeah, but not this exact one. This one's about...
Okay.
This one's
all right, Kikray. Okay, for the record, I want to hear Kikray read this in his Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends voice.
The headline?
Yes.
Read the headline for the article in the episode 147 voice.
Okay. Why must I expose my kids to all of these sexy trains? How the world will react to the new Thomas the Tank Engine.
I love it.
That's the title of the article.
That is.
It's on the
Kikray 24 Productions, in association with Thomas the Tank Engine, Wooden Railway, whatever, blah, 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 presents
episode 257, Sexy Trains.
Molly and the Sexy Trains, Part 4.
Followed by Part 5, which is called Thomas Gets Constipated.
Followed by Part 6, which is just Thomas and the Storm.
Followed by Part 7, which is Thomas leaving the station.
Oh, okay. Followed by Part 8, which is just...
A new Thomas film features characters from all over the globe, including China, India, and Brazil. This attempt at diversity is bound to make traditionalists grumble. So here's what to expect from the fallout. And then it's a picture of Carlos, and the caption says, Carlos the Mexican Engine. Does Donald Trump design toys now?
What the fuck?
First of all, this was written by a guy named Stuart Heritage. Shame on you, Stuart.
Go, Stuart.
Your shame on you. As everyone,
as soon as Falcon left, Stewart was just left, and he's like a freaking terrible writer. So, I mean, this is what you get. This is what you get when the Minnesota Railway collapses, folks.
As everyone knows, Thomas the Tank Engine is the story of several straight white men who solemnly obey the every passing whim of a white straight male director in a crude reinforcement of the belief that the working class should know its place.
I think that's also a summary of the Thomas Creator Collective.
Ooh, nice. Except you work for them, so they might not be too happy.
And I'm not white or straight.
It is outmoded and outdated, and it teaches children nothing but dangerous stereotypes about the world. Thankfully, Mattel, the company that now owns Thomas, has decided to do something about this. A forthcoming movie, The Great Race, promises to introduce a host of new friends who will forcefully inject a little more diversity into the Cumbrian island of Sodor. Forcefully inject?
Sounds like the movie Face Off.
This guy's really bitter.
Yeah, he's really mad. Also, I'd like to point out that there's a sidebar. The main headline is The Tyrannical World of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, I was looking at
I've
that.
read a lot of articles about like all these like post 9/11 social justice warriors writing about Thomas and how it's like this weird communist agenda of like weird fat British people who's gonna this show's gonna turn your kid into a communist. He's gonna follow all of his leaders for the rest of his life and blah blah. Sir Topham Hatt is Hitler. Blah.
This is a noble endeavor on Mattel's part. However, the move is still bound to cause offense somewhere, so let's do everyone a favor and try to preempt all the angry think pieces now. Okay, with that sentence...
This is an angry think piece.
That sounded kind of snarky. I'm not sure if this is like a real... If this is like
Yeah.
a joke article or like a real article right now.
Oh my god.
Vinny, Canada, has a tough demeanor and competitive drive that often gets the better of him. Think piece.
Because as we all know, the one country that has not been represented enough in our modern culture is America.
America, except he's from Canada, according to this.
Yeah, he's from Canada.
Freaking
Boy.
Make up your mind.
Think piece. Why Vinny the engine has no place in Trudeau's liberal Canada. Young Bao from China. Think piece. Baby boomers ruined everything. Now they're ruining Thomas. That was also not a real sentence that I just said
I think
there.
Thomas was ruined with Magic Railroad, but all right, continue.
Frida, Germany. With her slick blue paint, she's often mistaken for Gordon. Think piece. Gender identity should not be a locomotive punchline.
That is okay. Fair point.
Raul, Brazil. Think piece. Why must immigrants painfully subsume their identity to appease to their hosts?
All right.
Cool. Ivan, Russia. No details yet exist. Think piece. Another Putin stooge infiltrates your childhood. Okay, so obviously this is... I thought this was serious at first. It seems serious, but it's starting to become sort of obvious to me that this is like a parody.
It's become grease and oilified.
It's become oilified. Axel, Belgium. I don't...
What kind of a fucking name is Axel?
I don't even know. This is a stupid joke. Asthma, India. Ashima's outer beauty resonates on the inside as well. Think piece. Why must
Outer beauty resonates on the inside.
Think piece. Why must I expose my children to all these sexy trains? There we go. Kikre, say it again.
Why must I expose my children to all these sexy trains?
Oh my
Said
god.
Coldy.
I just clicked
Yeah.
that tyrannical world of Thomas the Tank Engine page.
Sounds like a new Thomas YouTube series.
Look at it. It's from 2012 and it's amazing.
Okay, well, if it's from 2012, then we're talking about season 16 here, and yeah, it probably was pretty fucking tyrannical.
Okay, there's a picture of Thomas on this article and says, Thomas the Tank Engine. The sooner that blue bastard is carted off for scrap, the better for parents everywhere.
I like how they use it. I like how it's 2012, but they use a picture from a toy that's like 2005.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's a Tommy Thomas with like one of those switch faces. And
Yeah,
the,
I remember those ads on like old DVDs and stuff.
the quality of the picture is terrible. Like it
Like
looks,
you couldn't just like find like this stock nitrogen photo from freaking Hero of the Rails or something.
no.
Yeah, it's really bad.
No.
I'm not sure if I want to read this because this is too cringe even.
No.
I don't.
Dude,
no,
it's
actually, no. Psych. No. Let's have Kikray read it in his Sir Topham Hatt voice.
The entire thing?
No.
Just like the first paragraph or so.
Let's just go back to the first article because like there's literally like 2 seconds left, and it says Carlos, Mexico.
Carlos
Carlos
literally,
Mexican. Enough said.
Carlos
it goes
literally
through
has
all-
a monobrow.
Yeah, I don't get this. The author says Carlos literally has a monobrow, but you go up to the picture and he doesn't have a monobrow.
Yeah, he does.
He just looks like the annoying orange in train form.
That word, you keep using it. I don't think you know what it means. And then that
Think
think
piece.
piece is does Donald Trump design toys now?
Okay, so what this article is basically saying is like the author
Is
is coming
that
from the perspective-
nationalism is bad and we should just all stick to our British white supremacists?
Yeah.
No, but he
I
says,
just wanted to agree.
he basically says at the beginning of the article, he basically condemns Thomas the Tank Engine for, being, like, not being culturally diversive.
Then he makes fun
You
of
know?
the people condemning it.
Yeah, and then like here is Mattel trying to, introduce all of these culturally diverse engines, and he still makes fun of it. So this literally is just like one of those clickbait articles that MPS fell for. So congrats.
Hey, man.
No,
I mean, why? I mean,
Twat,
obviously, neither one of us would fall for it, would we, Keeks?
no.
Honestly, no.
Hey,
it's
hey,
such,
man.
such a hashtag Moops move.
Hey, man, our boy Twat Mailman linked me to that article, so that's not my
Well,
fault. Blame the
No,
mailman.
I'm not saying it's not like a clickbait article, but honestly, like there's very little content. There's content, but like
It's still funny how dumb it is.
yeah, it is really dumb. And
Also, I feel like the timing for that episode's release couldn't have been worse because I'm like 99% sure that the day we uploaded that Postman Pat Matt episode, that was the day that the Postman Pat voice actor died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was all over Twitter like, "Oh, we're gonna miss you," blah blah blah. And I felt really bad because then I look at my subscriptions and there's Postman Twat. Oh,
Shit, really?
I'm 99%
Died
sure that was the day it
29th,
was uploaded.
2015. I have to look this up now. Okay, so
I'm pretty sure it was all over Twitter. The guy who played Postman Pat died on the day we uploaded that episode. We were making fun of Postman Pat.
shit, he did. Whoops.
Sorry, all British fans of
Guys,
Thomas.
we just are insensitive. We don't mean to be most of the time. Yes, we do, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, well, that's
That time it was accidental. So,
Whoopsie! Haha! Oh, geez.
Yeah.
And it's not even like we don't even make like frequent Postman Pat jokes or references because that's not like a known property in the U.S. But like out of all the days that we could have made a video about Postman Pat. Okay.
Oh, not too good. Keeker, what do you think about this? Did you ever
Yes,
watch
yes.
Postman
What's your
Pat?
opinion on
on what?
What-
The
what-
article
what-
or the?
What was your opinion
is
about,
Jesus still alive?
What was your opinion about Postman Pat?
I never saw Postman Pat.
I watched it on HBO when I was like 4. I remember that.
HBO?
They had it on HBO. I remember.
Yeah, I never watched Postman Pat either.
I mean, I saw like 2 episodes.
How long can we keep
Yep.
this awkward silence going for?
Well, you just fucking ruined it.
Of course I did, because silence is not good podcasting. We're so bad at podcasting.
I mean, look at last week's episode.
Ooh, yeah.
The Magical Adventures of Eric and Nothing.
Yeah, the magical adventures of the worst podcast episode ever.
Yeah, this is a pretty bad one. I'm just saying. This is not...
All right, Keekray. No, Keekray. Talk about what you were speaking about before we started recording about the Brian Sibley book.
I also have some tweets I can read later on.
Yeah, later.
Later.
Okay. Well,
So fill in the audience about what we were saying.
well, I'm not really sure what the topic of this podcast is supposed to be about because we're jumping.
It's
from, like-
literally
don't know.
Vinny
I'll-
and Matt and insert guest here talk about whatever shit you want to talk
I
about.
don't know. Yeah,
Go.
I'll find a topic for us to name the
Okay.
episode later.
Okay, so I just got done reading a biography by a guy named Brian Sibley, who wrote an entire book. It's actually a really long book about the Reverend W. Awdry. For those who don't know, that's the guy that created Thomas the Tank Engine. And towards the end of the book, he did kind of like an updated section because the book's like 20 years old. And so when it was originally released, the Reverend Awdry was alive, but now he's not, obviously. So he did kind
You
of this
freaking killed
updated-
him
Yeah, he's rolling over in his grave because
with every episode of your series is
Yeah.
released.
Stupid American.
literally every episode I release.
Mike and Henry on the same gauge of track?
It's preposterous.
Bloody American.
Anyway,
Can't do it.
he said that towards the end of the book, I guess the new version was released in 2015. So from 1992-ish to 2015, Brian Sibley said that there have been 63 million Thomas Wooden Railway toys produced, which is a crazy high number. And
Is it though? I feel like it would be more.
No, I don't think so. I mean, when you think of, I don't know. I thought it was going to be somewhere around like the 35 million mark. Just like a rough guesstimate.
Maybe nice word.
But I was actually really surprised. I was like 63 million toys. That is a lot. So that's what we were talking about before.
Yeah, we basically
And
spent
about-
all of our good conversation before we actually started recording.
About 50 million of those, of course, produced were the Bubblesome trucks.
Yes.
And the others were the bubble loader.
And which I did the calculations. So let's say like the Thomas Wooden Railway line has been around for like 23 years. That's an average of 2.7 million toys.
Doesn't have the same ring to it, Matt.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't. You're right. Maybe if we got Turtles to say it.
Even then.
You don't think
Turtles
so?
would probably be a better guess than
No.
me.
No.
Well, see, turtles can talk about anything from the Holocaust to Peeps, and then you're just sort of like, well, for those who don't know, the Reverend W. Audrey wrote the Railway
you don't know
series.
who's watching these podcasts, so I thought I'd
God.
clarify.
The person who's listening to the podcast, the first thing they ever learned about Thomas was like, like one of those weird like Thomas battery-powered engine reviews from that one guy. It's probably that. That's it. And then he's like, remember that it was like
wow, that's my
it was like
answer.
no. You remember it was like Percy and the Bananas. You remember that or whatever?
No.
Wasn't his username just Trains?
Yeah. Keekray knows what I'm talking about. It was like Percy and the Bananas and like Percy and the Pumpkins and all that stuff.
Man, I can't remember what his.
Yeah,
now
all these he had all these battery-powered engines.
Yeah, like
I
his
have
whole
no
series
fucking
is
clue what you're
battery-powered
talking
engines.
about.
Yeah. Okay, see, I'm not fucking insane. It's Keekray's insane too.
I'm searching for it on YouTube. I'm pretty sure his new username is just Trains.
Well, how creative is that?
But that's not his URL, obviously.
Right.
Because YouTube pretty much like allows you to do like whatever you want, and they make it really easy where you can copy people's accounts, which is kind of sad. But that's another story.
Well, there's another. Yeah, wait, wasn't there on Twitter someone posted like a screenshot of an alternate Thomas Wooden Railway account that was like swearing?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Because when I saw that, I was freaking dying.
I don't think it was an alt account as much as it was like somebody photoshopped.
No, it was a real.
No. It was someone else who got the same icon and the same username and just commented.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and they copied all my play. Here, I got the link to it. I'll post it in the.
It's really funny.
The Skype chat. So what this person did, I guess we'll go back to like that other user in a little bit. But what this person did is they basically copied my profile picture and copied my banner, and then they put all of my playlists, like my channel playlists and my liked videos on their page. So if you were just to briefly look at the page, it looks like my page, but it's obviously not.
Okay,
Yeah.
your Skype glitched there for a second. It sounded like you were burping in the middle of saying the word
Oh.
not.
Sorry.
Okay, that
Sorry.
time Vince was actually burping.
Oh wow, I'm second billing here. What do you know?
You are. It's the MP and Keekray show.
It's Moops, then it's me, then Wooden Episodes, Turtles, Eric, and Leo.
Yeah.
Weird.
So anyway.
Oh, look at how many subscribers he has, though. Wow.
That's a great
0.
That's a great subscriber account, I must say.
Yeah, so basically
Welcome to
this
my
person
channel. My name is
just-
Thomas Wooden Railway, and I upload many different kid-friendly videos dedicated to the Thomas Wooden Railway. That's why
That sounds like the beginning of like a pedophile's Twitter page
I upload many kid-friendly videos.
involving trains and nothing but trains.
All right, you just made this weird.
That was
It wasn't weird before.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't.
yeah, it sort of was.
No.
No.
Keekray, hold on. I was looking at
See,
this guy's playlist.
Keekray's just too PC for this.
I was looking at this guy's playlist and like the liked playlist, and
Yeah.
he linked to your liked playlist. Why do you have a Shakira video on your recently liked playlist?
Because it's a good song. Okay. it's the song from Zootopia, and it's a good song. And I don't care if you guys tease.
You know, Keekray is just really into trying everything, isn't he?
Ha ha ha.
Hey, I'm just looking now. Z Mark Anthony made a reaction video to Team Boss like he said he was gonna on our podcast episode.
Cool.
Now I'm just imagining Michelangelo says, "Ha ha." He said that, and like,
What the fuck are you talking about?
This
it
is
was some weird, James voice he did in an episode. He's like, "Ha ha."
This is the worst podcast ever.
No, last episode was the worst.
No, it's not. This is so much better than last episode, dude. You have no idea.
No.
I mean, we're definitely not recording. We're definitely not recording this after we recorded, like 2 weeks after we recorded the last one, because that one was really bad.
But we're still releasing this because we're desperate for content.
The title of this podcast should be the worst podcast ever.
That's actually the name of last week's one.
No, it's called Jimmy Neutron the Mailman.
We recorded another one with Eric.
It hasn't been released yet, you idiot.
Oh.
It is actually called
buddy
worst.
boy.
It is actually called worst podcast ever.
Oh, well, who is it with? Is it just you guys?
It's with Eric.
It's Eric.
Oh. Well, what did Eric do wrong?
Nothing.
We didn't freaking, at least with this one we sort of talked about like semi-interesting things. That one just like, well, like, who likes baseball?
It was literally us sitting around acknowledging that we were padding time.
It was so hot in my room and I was so tired. I was laying down on the floor with my cat just like
What were you like?
Fucking Jesus is not real.
Dude, you're such a mailman.
You're such a female man.
Guys, let's get into some tweets, shall we?
Oh, three times.
Yeah, let's actually talk about something interesting.
We got one
like
from
Twitter. Twitter's so interesting.
We got one from at LAZ Studios. Summary of the hashtag GAOP, and it's a quote from one of our recent episodes. At Mr. Conductor Fan, I'm not proud of it. Me, I am. That basically sums up our podcast, right?
Insert guest here. I'm not getting paid for this.
I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not proud of it. I am. We should.
Yep.
Kikray, do you want to get paid? Because if you want to get paid, I'll PayPal you like $1.
For doing this?
No.
Get paid, get laid, drink Gatorade.
Man, I love Gatorade. What's your favorite, guys? Do podcast discussion. What's your favorite flavor of Gatorade?
Lemon lime.
Grape.
Ooh, grape's pretty good.
Grape
actually.
G2.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kikray? What's your favorite flavor?
I don't like grape. That's for sure.
Guys, tell us in the comments below what your favorite flavor of Gatorade is.
Because we're being. Oh, by the way, we're sponsored by Gatorade this week. Gatorade. Forget about the haterades. Drink some Gatorade.
I'm Googling Gatorade flavors to try and.
Gatorade.
You're so uncultured.
Gatorade. Word that rhymes with Gatorade.
Cool Blue. I do like Cool Blue, and you can never go wrong with.
Ooh, there's like the white. There's like the cherry glacier one that's like white. That's good.
We should just spend the rest of the episode coming up with catchphrases for Gatorade.
Gatorade. Kikray's not involved directly in it, so it's good.
Gatorade. I drink it sometimes when I don't have any Mountain Dew.
Gatorade. They'll Baja Blast you in the asshole. No, okay. It's not that one. Okay.
Gatorade.
Your turn.
It's Gatorade.
Gatorade. It's gay.
This is terrible. This is so bad.
Gatorade. We do horrible bits on our podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Imagine if they actually had a Gatorade podcast.
Guys, we should welcome to the Gatorade.
If we could somehow make a weekly podcast about freaking ThomasWoodenRailway, they can figure out how to make a podcast where they speak about Gatorade every week for an hour.
I would just like to say that a bunch of our upcoming tweets have to do with Postman Mailman, and this does not have anything to do with Postman Pat's death, and we apologize in advance for anyone.
I felt so bad about that.
It's from Roman, the TWR collector, at TWR Roman. It's Postman Twat, and it's a picture of Matt Twillman on Postman Pat's body, and he's doing the Nazi salute. And he's got a Nazi.
Oh, just to make it even more socially acceptable to the masses.
And then his post truck behind him, he's got Vinny on the front of it, and then he's got me on the side of it, and then there's a Nazi symbol on the side of it. It's a pretty good meme. but it's a little awkward now.
It's a little awkward now knowing that we recorded this like 4 or 5 days before the guy actually died. So, really sorry to everyone who actually watched Postman Pat in the UK. At least 50 of you. On all 3 channels that are in the UK: BBC, BBC One, and like BBC Spanish.
We have another great meme from ThomasWoodenRailway. Latest grease and oil in a nutshell, or should I say in a red van, kill me. And it's a picture of Matt.
Oh God!
It's a picture of Matt as
That's not good.
It's a picture of Matt and Postman Pat Postman Pat, and he has a star on him that says twat, and he's holding a tiny little head of Vinny.
This is so bad. Oh my God!
It says Vinny lay small mouse, and it's Jimmy Neutron on a cat, and he says end my life.
Oh my God!
And then there's
we're so bad.
And then for some reason I'm there, but I'm upside down, and I have the Crimson Chin's chin, and I'm saying just a pinch, you fucks, and it's a picture of a piece of lettuce next to me.
It just fell over.
Guys, please don't send us any more Postman Pat memes.
Please stop with the Postman Pat.
No
We're
more.
already getting emails from the dude's lawyers.
We're not even
soon.
finished recording yet, and we are already getting emails. Well, we are so sorry.
I am so sorry. Okay.
The next one comes from at the Robbie King, our boy.
Shit.
It's I made a stupid Crimson Chin thing and fixed Vinny's quote. Because if you remember, 2 weeks ago, we talked about a meme that was Vinny, but his name was spelled wrong. But now it's spelled right. And then it's a picture of the Crimson Chin without his mask on, and it says the face of a demon. I don't care what anyone says. The Crimson Chin is freaking horrifying. Keith Gray, did you watch Timmy Turner when you were a kid?
Fairly Odd Parents, you idiot.
No, I'm asking if you watched the person Timmy Turner.
Like a long time ago, yeah.
Same.
I feel like everyone did.
Well, I mean, notice how Matt also said watched, as in past tense, not watch. I mean, because this is, I mean, like normal people, we watch Thomas the Tank Engine. Like, that's sophisticated adult programming right there. Especially in, like, 2010.
Obtuse, rubber goose, green moose, guava juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, chocolate
Fries, chocolate shake!
Ba-da-da-da. Odd parents.
Okay, Matt, no. We did this before. We've moved it on.
Okay, we got another one from Lego Lover 117. And this was about the podcast 3 weeks ago. Wow, we're really reading some old tweets. About the not this is your guys' fault. About when I asked what was the most inspirational movie to you guys. He says 2 films that were inspirational to me were Iron Man and Iron Man 3. Iron Man was inspirational because it was the first superhero movie I ever saw, not counting The Incredibles, and it cemented my love for Tony Stark and his iron suit. Iron Man 3 was the first superhero film I ever saw in theaters, and I had a great respect for the filmmaking progress, and that cemented my love for the genre in the modern-day movie. Nice, dude.
Fucking sweet.
That's
Great,
inspiring.
Good job.
America. Kira,
I don't get why he says Iron Man was the first superhero film I ever saw, not counting The Incredibles as a child, when The Incredibles is clearly a superhero movie.
And I think that Matt is the most qualified person on the planet to speak about The Incredibles because it's literally like your most favorite movie of all time.
It's my most favorite Pixar movie of all time. I love The Incredibles. It's so good. It's great. I can't wait for the sequel movie.
I like how one time we were talking and I was like listening to just like generic music in the background, and you're like, "Wait, is that the Glory Days from the Incredible soundtrack?" Yeah,
hey.
Dude, I know that. I listened to it. I played it in band. Oh my god, wow!
Wait, what?
Exactly.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I
it was back in like December.
Oh, my memory must be really bad then. I just turned on a light in my room and it's really bright now. I'm gonna turn this off. There we go.
What a great conversation.
Another
topic.
meme, or no, just kidding, it's not a meme. It's from our memer at Rick at eTopHat.
Another offensive joke. Let's talk about how 9/11, all the people that died in 9/11 deserve to die. All right, go.
The poster in the poster for The Incredibles 2, the logo kind of looks like the 9/11 World Trade Center towers.
Oh God.
I'm serious.
I was fucking joking, Matt. I was joking.
I'm serious.
God, you are so messed up.
What?
Oh, this is awful. I'm so sorry, Kikray.
I was just saying.
It's okay.
You brought it up, man.
Oh,
Hey,
I'm not even gonna make a joke comparison now because you're gonna like freaking say it then.
from Rick at eTopHat67. Vinny, what do I need for you to follow me?
A 10-inch dick and a check for $1,000. It's very. Those are my very specific qualifications.
Yeah, that is really specific. Why though? Why 10 inches? Why not 12 inches? Why not a foot?
Well, we've measured certain things, and that's the perfect approximation for length for me, I think. Yep.
Good. I'm glad. I'm so happy that that's your exact measurement.
Mm-hmm. That's how much I can fit.
Kikri, do you want to do impressions? Because Turtles did some pretty good impressions. I mean, Josh.
Wow, you ruined. Wow, what?
Josh did good impressions.
Josh and Ted and whoever Rob and whoever else was on the podcast
and Enterprising all did some pretty good impressions.
Yuppers.
Do you want to do some impressions, Kikri?
Yeah, let's do some impressions.
I'm not good with impressions.
Wow. Currently recording a new
Tigray, why don't you do an impression of a really sad child locked in a room? Oh wait, that's your normal.
That's just normal. Ha ha.
That's just normal,
That's
Tigray.
just how I sound every day, I bet. Ha ha.
I just saw a tweet. Another tweet.
Every time someone texts me ha ha, now I'm just gonna imagine it as the way you just said that. Oh hey lol, ha ha.
Ha ha.
I'm just got another tweet from Kikray. Currently recording a new Grease and Oil with MPS and Vinny, and I'm so bored that I'm tweeting this instead. Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you, man. I appreciate.
Yep.
I appreciate.
All right, so Kikray, if that's the case,
in our podcast.
what would you as a Kikray like to talk about?
Yes, that's a good question.
I actually have a list.
God fucking damn it.
Well, then start reading
Yeah.
your list, boy.
Because way back in the day, once upon a time, there was this thing called ThomasWoodenRailway Community Radio, and I was supposed to have a show on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote down all these topics. I have like 15 topics here that we could talk about.
Okay.
So
let's go through all 15.
Okay, first one, hate mail, where we just read hate mail, which is kind of fun.
That's basically our tweets.
Yeah.
Okay,
Second-
next episode we got Kikray back and we're reading hate mail.
No.
Okay.
This episode's already bad enough.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be better.
I don't think the producers will let me back on after this.
We'll see.
all
We'll
none
see.
of
We'll
them.
see what the lawyers think.
Second is a Q&A, which is just super general.
Oh, you haven't ever done that before.
No, I haven't. Third is would you rather? We just come up with like would you rather situations.
Wood spelled WOOD.
That's right.
No, that's incorrect grammar. 4, TWR history trivia, but I don't have any questions for that.
Oh,
That was
jeez.
something I was supposed to do. And then the next couple ones are we just talk about specific users such as Cam Scott, Waylanator, Edward the Blue Engine 2, James is 5, etc.
Oh, all the most famous YouTubers.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys remember all those people.
I remember none of them.
Then we could talk about the talking railway system or the early engineer
Are you
system.
okay? Did you just...
We can talk about the
I think we just
lead
triggered
paint.
him.
We can talk about the lead paint crisis, which Vinny is currently suffering right now.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
great.
We can have the Guess Who TWRC edition, which is kind of like the trivia.
Ooh,
We could talk about
That's
the
good.
Mighty Mac magnet issue, how they were able to create like a dual magnet for that engine, but then they never... Like, I thought it would have been cool if they gave all the engines those magnets, kind of like how the take-alongs were, you know? where-
I was gonna say that. Yeah, the take-alongs have dual magnets.
yeah,
which-
but not anymore, I don't think. How...
Great, more budget cuts because the Taken plays are totally not gonna be canceled next year. Nope. Mm-hmm.
No, they're not.
Oh, they are.
No, they aren't.
Yes,
No.
they are.
I have inside information, and they're not.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Anyway,
From who?
Diesel 10 claw flexibility, because if you guys have ever seen like a Brio Diesel 10, he has like a really flexible claw, and it's kind of lame because he has a magnet on the end. Or no, actually, what this was going to talk about was like the take along Diesel 10, how like the claw could turn like 360 degrees, and I was wondering like why the railway couldn't have that.
Well, I was working on a Thomas movie way back in the day, like 3 or 4 years ago, that had Diesel 10 in it, because they always have, all these Thomas movies always have Diesel 10, the fan films. But I was gonna make a custom Diesel 10. I was gonna buy the Pinchy from a Tomy Diesel 10, the rotating arm from a Take Along Diesel 10, and the weird like bendy, like sort of goes up and goes down arm from was like a tech or freaking it was some like weird Japanese Diesel 10. I was gonna buy it and put them all together and have like the ultimate articulating Diesel 10 arm that could do everything, but then I didn't. So yeah.
Cool story, bro. Anyway, we could talk about how like Thomas the Tank Engine was a really successful franchise, but they always had money issues, which is kind of puzzling, you know. I was like a super successful, especially with like the merchandising and stuff, but they always seem to be running out of money, such as like, oh, we don't have enough money to, you know, make the rest of the Flying Scotsman, or
we don't have enough money to continue the model series. Let's just get this super high quality nitrogen people on board. They know what they're doing.
Well, yeah. We could talk about Thomas versus Chuggington. We could talk about...
We've already talked about that, haven't we?
I think we're turning into SIF now.
We can talk about the painters of the Railway series and sip some coffee and sit in our smoking jackets and...
Hey, smoking's not allowed in Thomas Wooden Railway. If you smoke, then we're going to recall you.
If you smoke, then you're going to burn all of our white faces. And by white faces, I mean like our flesh faces on our bodies.
Excellent. Amazon Thomas reviews, where
that's
you go
a good
on and
one.
find the parents.
Dude, yes, those are fun.
Those are the best, because a lot of them are fake and some of them are real, and the real ones are even stupider than the fake ones.
I love reading reviews from like parents, like freaking like social justice warrior parents are like, Day of the Diesels made my son cry, 1 out of 10.
It made me cry. I don't know what your deal is.
Made Percy cry.
Yeah, poor Percy. We could talk about the 10 most pointless characters, which I have a list of.
Ooh.
We have 10 underappreciated characters, which I have a list of. 10 Thomas Wooden Railway models that should have never seen the light of day, which I also have a list of. Some CGI switchovers in the TV series that don't look good, whereas like the models just look infinitely better.
We just love Duncan. Duncan looks great in CGI.
I actually do want to do the customer reviews right now on Amazon. That sounds fun.
Okay.
I just found one. This is about Day of the Diesels. My 2-year-old son is obsessed, and this is in all caps, so we know he's really obsessed, guys.
It's real, bro.
He is obsessed with all things Thomas, and he is terrified of this film. It's so sinister and creepy and very dark. He hides under the chair in the corner, or he runs to his father or me and buries his face into our chests and cries when the diesel engines appear. And Percy is really sad in it a lot, which upsets him very much. He becomes devastated when Percy cries in the film. Percy is normally so upbeat, and he becomes a very depressed little engine.
Great.
Well,
I mean, clearly this child has never seen Magic Railroad, where a man is strangled over a viaduct. But, okay.
Or he's never seen, like, Duncan get spooked, or any of
literally anything from pre-2007.
Or, like, anything from season 5, which was literally, like, Michael Bay and Thomas and Friends going at it.
And I don't... No, that's a bad visual, Keith.
Well, I just think of Rusty. I just think of Rusty
going
and
at
the boulder comes rolling into the shed, and it just explodes, and you're like, were there fuel tankers in the back?
And it's like, oh, the diesels were scary. They didn't do anything scary, but they had faces, and it was, oh, Bert has a beard. Ah.
I've got another review for Misty Island Rescue. Those rotten diesels ruin everything. Thomas versus common sense, the epic battle. Perhaps the diesels represent the working class. Perhaps they are a lesser people. But the overlooked and disenfranchised diesels ruin things, and Thomas, the train who has no common sense, gets himself into trouble. 5 stars.
Actually, that's not a bad point, but okay.
I don't think they represent, like, the working class or anything like that.
No, but it's the film. I can definitely say teaches weird morals about like, oh, these people are different. You should stay away from their area.
Their area? What are you talking about?
Are you likening Misty Island Rescue to like segregation and racism?
Oh, Hero of the Rails is about communist China and Japan, because that was.
My son loves trains. He lives and breathes trains. That said, we use Misty Island Rescue as a, quote, reward, end quote, on his potty training sticker chart.
Oh, God! No! I got rewarded a freaking Cranky the Crane model when I learned to take a shit for the first time. But really? Misty Island?
Those two just belong together.
Misty Island and potty training both involve a lot of shit. I'll tell you that much.
That is true.
Maybe they do go together better than I originally thought.
Oh man, not good. What can you imagine? Like, oh man, that's such a jip, dude. A kid learns to shit and he just. Oh.
And he's like, all right, you got rid of one piece of shit. Here's another piece of shit. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Jesus Day.
All right, here's one for Hero of the Rails.
Oh dear.
This is just a DVD with a bunch of episodes strung together. Not worth the money.
No, it's not actually.
Not worth the money. Just record the episodes off the TV.
It's a hour-long special. What the fuck? Like, does this person realize that they make DVDs of episodes strung together? Like, that's a thing?
I don't think they realize it.
No.
Not the real Thomas. Bad animation, it was computer generated, it wasn't the real Thomas, I couldn't even watch it.
Fair point.
There's like no punctuation in there at all.
I'm imagining it all as one word.
With no spaces.
No spaces.
No spaces. I'm looking through. Where are the really freaking stupid ones? There's some of them that are just really stupid, but a lot of them.
If you go to Magic Railroad and like some of the Magic Railroad books that were like tie-in books, that's there's a lot of juice there.
On it, boss. Can't wait to find the juice.
Can't wait to find the Jews.
Terrible movie. This movie was by far the worst Thomas production ever made. This script is so poorly written that I feel sorry for the trees used to make the paper that it was written on. Holy
shit, this person is creative.
This person's angry.
Wait,
dude.
What movie is this?
Thomas
It's Magic Railroad.
Oh. Okay, I can see that, yeah.
Britt Allcroft filled the script with complicated plot devices that few children would be able to understand. You'd need to be either Einstein or Stephen Hawking to figure out the answer to the riddle on the windmill wall. Not really, no.
Stoke up the magic.
Okay, is this person saying that Magic Railroad is too intelligent for them? Too intelligent for them? This is a film where the guy is screaming about vegetables and a rabbit who gave him a magic note on a piece of tree bark. Tree bark!
Tree bark! Usually bad scripts bring in bad acting, and this movie was no exception. Alec Baldwin's character was so annoying. I'm sure I'm not the only one who wishes Diesel 10 dropped him off the viaduct. This movie, like, personally offended this person. Holy shit.
Okay, I feel like this person, like, came home from work and found, like, his wife, like, making love to, like, a DVD copy of Magic Railroad. It's like, oh, honey! Oh, is this what it looks like, Steven? I swear!
This review is 7 paragraphs. I found the film to be overly violent. Diesel 10 is so nasty that it's no wonder little children started crying and asking to leave the theater.
He's a villain. What do you expect? You're not supposed to like him.
He just comes off as a character who wants to destroy steam engines for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, that about it.
Oh yeah, that's totally not what he is.
In the original series, if a character was evil, it was usually for a good reason.
For a good reason.
Oh yeah, because there are so many like diabolical villains in the railway.
Like the great reason that the troublesome trucks had, right?
Oh, the troublesome trucks just had like such defined characters and like maniacal schemes in every episode. It's like, well, what are we gonna do today? We're gonna push him down the hill. What are we gonna do tomorrow? Gonna push him down the hill.
Let's push him up the hill instead.
Ooh, there you go. In September of this year, a second Thomas movie is coming out, albeit shorter than this one and being released direct to video, called Calling All Engines. Cross your fingers and hope it's better than this turkey.
Oh, and we all knew it. It really was.
I feel like that ending is like if somebody made an Abraham Lincoln movie and ended it with him going to Ford's Theater and being like, well, I hope nothing happens tonight, and then just cut to black. Like,
oh, jeez.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Another one. The trains were cute, but this movie's awful. For some reason I can't fathom, my daughters love this movie, but sitting through it is painful. The little boy should consider another career, and Peter Fonda is more wooden than the trains.
Wait. Are they saying that the freaking Cody McCain's, the guy who plays Patch, is the worst actor in the movie?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, they don't even mention Mara Wilson in here at all.
Okay. The one thing that I wrote a review a couple years ago, and it was just like, well, the movie sucked, but Diesel 10 had me laughing on the floor. Really?
Here's another one. Here's another review that says Thomas is too complicated for them. You guys ready for this?
This is fucking weird.
As an adult, I found the plot to be overly complicated with too many sub-elements. The boy and girl characters appear to have been shoehorned in for a little human interest, but are tedious to watch. Alec Baldwin provides a performance that is so bad I couldn't look at the screen. This video may entertain an older child, but I highly suggest renting or checking it out from the library before purchasing it.
Who goes to a library anymore?
Really?
Okay, the last review or whatever was coming from like pre-2005.
Yeah.
So honestly, this is pretty old.
As parents, we could have done without the meanness of Diesel 10 and the fact that
my god, it's a freaking villain. That's what he's supposed to do.
And the fact that he wants to dominate and destroy. He also uses the word stupid several times. Not nice.
I'm going to hang myself by Pinchy.
By Pinchy?
Fucking Christ, man.
Oh, not good. It's great for the imagination.
Well, then why are you complaining?
Can I say that I just found the best review here?
Go.
It says it is the best, but there's like 100 of each letter. So it's I'll send you guys a screenshot in here. I'll send it to you. It is the best.
Oh my god.
Look at it.
Okay. Can we both agree that this podcast can go over an hour in length, because this is really fun.
This is fun.
This is gonna be a longer episode. People who somehow got to this point, this far, just keep listening. It gets better.
Here's another 5-star review, and it's just 2 words. Love it.
Is that of Magic Railroad?
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the definitive point for people like, well, Misty Island Rescue isn't that bad. Why? I love it.
I like it. It's a good movie.
It has trains, and it has a scene where there's like a tree in it. I like trees. Trees provide me.
Okay, wait. Here we go. Okay. Ready? This person compares. I can see already. There's a comparison to Star Trek in here.
Go.
I can see beyond
I can see beyond.
My parents took
This movie has enlightened me to see beyond.
My parents took me to the theaters to see this movie. Bought it for me when I was 10 years old. Oh well, I'm glad Thomas was useful enough not to return for a sequel. Wow. I could see beyond that the actors and special effects would bite it. God bless you, Thomas! In all caps. God bless you.
This is so mixed up.
I enjoy his series of storytelling more than witnessing a trip on a journey to nowhere, like Star Trek the Motion Picture. Ha ha! Money making will not write the story. Just ruin the will of a hero who saves the day. Watch once, move on afterwards, folks. By the way, get rid of Diesel 10. He's too violent.
As somebody who is a good friend of mine would say, "Oh, he's a villain." That being Vinny.
Oh.
Hi, very good friend.
Took me a second there.
Okay.
This movie doesn't hold up. While I was happy it showcased Shiny Time Station. Man, it's been a long time since I shined my station. I have to say,
I'll shine up your station.
the more recent Thomas movies are crafted much better than this movie. May I mention that this comment was left in 2014. Okay, so why don't we go to the Thomas Wikia really quick? The most definitive source of things.
That's the first time I've ever heard someone say that positively. Let's go to the Thomas Wikia, shall we?
Hey man, it's whatever. So let's look up which Thomas movies were released in 2014, shall we?
Tale of the Brave.
Something tells me that it was
Tale of the Brave.
Oh, it was Tale of the Brave. Well,
It was Tale of the Brave.
That one actually was better then. Okay, I thought that would have been around the time of like Blue Mountain Mystery or like Day of the Diesel.
Blue Mountain Mystery was better than freaking Misty Island, but yeah, okay.
Blue Mountain Mystery is when the series started to like kind of turn around.
Yeah,
That was the first one that I had Andrew Brenner associated at all.
While the sappy story appealed to my grandchildren, they had a difficult time understanding what was said. Too often the background music drowned out the voices. The voices of the trains were very hard to understand, as were some of the live actors. About 15 minutes into the movie, one grandson said, "Are they always going to speak like that?" It was not worth the cost. Wow, here's another one. I couldn't even get through the whole movie. It was more interesting for me to get the dishes done.
Fuck.
Holy shit. Wow. All right,
Alright.
here's another one from a person who's savage. This movie made little to no sense from start to finish. However, my son believes he is from Sodor and loves this crap.
My son believes he is from Sodor.
And loves this crap.
This kid is gonna grow up to be one of those people who's like sitting on a street corner and like, Sodor's real, the trains can talk, look out!
He's gonna become a vagrant, and he's gonna like live on the railroad tracks when he becomes older, with his fingerless gloves and his bandana satchel. And he's just gonna be saying, "Thomas is coming for me any day now. Thomas is coming."
Yeah, the people who comment on the TCC videos, that's how I imagine them looking usually.
Wow. This movie
The
makes
people
no
who comment on the
sense.
freaking TCC videos are just like, "Wow, this was the greatest thing ever. I'm gonna list every single one of the characters that appeared in this episode. Go."
Hey, those are the people that write your salary. You better not make fun of them.
Right, my salary is already pre-decided.
Oh, that's awkward. Ooh.
Yeah.
You don't get paid per view. Ooh.
You don't get paid per... Mister, who's also part of the TCC, you don't get paid either.
I guess we get paid.
You think
separately,
you think you should tell him? You think you should tell him about it? Ooh.
Vinny, I hate to tell you this, but I think I think they're ripping you off. They're paying you a flat fee. That's not how it goes. Like I receive like a commission check like every month for how well each video is doing.
And that's just a down payment.
Yeah.
I'm really sure you do.
No, I'm serious. I'll tell you more when the video's over, because this isn't. We get in trouble if we talk about it, but
Okay.
Honestly, we're like 50 minutes into this thing, so
Thomas and the Magic Railroad is terrible.
Let's continue with the Amazon reviews.
Terrible. Save your money. Of course, communist Alec Baldwin is horrible. What a loser.
Wow, judging him just because he's a communist. What a thing to do.
Horrible movie. This movie makes no sense and is not consistent with the storyline at all. Yeah, because that's what people watch Thomas for. Or at least that's what they used to watch Thomas for, right? Especially that movie, the storyline. The overarching storyline. It is also a lot more violent than any other Thomas episodes I've seen. There's another of that argument. Same argument. But it mainly makes no sense at all. From the talking tumbleweed to the magic memory carrot, or whatever that is, it's a bad movie. Avoid it. Save yourself. It's too late for me.
That is the first accurate review I've heard thus far.
We got this for our first child, and I wish we had, quote, magically lost this DVD after he was old enough to retire it.
We got this for our first child, and I quote, we magically hadn't had a second one.
Wow, alright. I mean, C. Olson, who left a review on January 29th, 2012, isn't going to be very happy with you, Vinny. The story and acting...
See ya, Olson! Jeez, get freaking out of here.
The story and acting is pretty abysmal on all levels. Alec Baldwin at least appears to be trying, that stupid communist, but Peter Fonda is painful to watch here.
Yeah, Peter Fonda's, he's not very good. He looks so bored out of his mind.
See, that's the thing. Alec Baldwin was, like, really into it, and he tried too hard.
Dude,
can we take, like, half of Alec Baldwin's effort from that movie and give it to Peter Fonda, and we have, like, two actors who would, like,
guys, I think
try?
I just found another holy god, what heck?
Oh, no.
Look at it, I just sent it. I'm scared. I loved Thomas when I was little, but after watching this, I said, what the... ellipses. Okay, so what up with Baldwin? Kids don't know who that crazy man is. And Diesel 10, why is he hating the original shows are awesome? But this is just an American version gone bad. Also, I wish I could give this movie 0 stars, but the stupid website doesn't let me.
I like my favorite part is how the header for this is I'm scared with no punctuation.
Yeah, it's just I'm scared.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
I kind of want to look through the rest of this guy's reviews just to see what else he... Alright, he reviewed Cloud 9. This is the worst movie in the history of movies. It is just plain garbage. Nobody should waste their time to watch it. And the subject says, throw up. And then they reviewed an Avengers comic book. I read this and thought it was awesome, but I wanted to buy the next volume, and turns out they don't have it. That sucks.
Whoops.
Here's another one with another subject. Gave my child... Oh, this is back to Thomas the Magic Railroad. Gave my child nightmares. Not in the spirit of Wilbert
Nazi nightmares.
Not in the spirit of Wilbert Audrey or the TV shows. Good and bad must not have been dramatic enough for the sensibilities of the makers of this film, so they substituted a story of survival in the face of evil. The staging and lighting of the film's villain makes Diesel 10 a railroad version of Darth Vader? What?
I don't know about that.
Watching one of the Sodor steam trains being threatened by a giant claw and pushed towards a fiery pit freaks me out.
It's exciting.
I came back in time to see the fiery pit scene and stop the movie. Unfortunately, that wasn't early enough to keep my child from having nightmares of an evil, claw-wielding, snarling diesel engine. It was a thematic ambush, and I hope other parents who read this will be smarter than I was. I'm left wondering if the makers of this film ever read Audrey's stories, and if so...
No!
They didn't.
And if so, how they got from the original stories to the plot of this film.
Well, I mean, they make some good points, but I just want to say, okay, first of all, this is like a feature-length movie. This isn't like a television series episode. So, of course, they have to make it better than those television series episodes, and that's why they introduced such a scary character. But I mean, he wasn't like that scary. Like I remember watching.
The only time that when I was little that I sort of got scared was when he tears down the scaffolding at the sheds.
Yeah, like he's scary because he's a villain, but it's not like I mean, I never had nightmares where like Diesel 10 was chasing me or anything
I
like
had
that.
a nightmare about a giant Sir Handel which chased me across the Great Wall of China, okay?
That is entirely applicable to what we're talking about. Thank you very much.
Yep. You're welcome.
But like, I think these parents are just like helicopter parents, Harold the helicopter parents, where they're like, LMG, little Tommy, like he whimpered at this
I
one
named my
scene.
child after seeing Misty Island Rescue after Thomas, so this is not up to my standard.
I don't know. These parents are like way too like it's a kids movie. Like there's no language, there's like hardly any violence. Like you can't even call that violence. It's like it's model making, which is really cool. So
There's not a whole that's the thing. The film that would have existed would have had a hell of a lot more violence in it.
yeah.
Here's
Friggin'
another.
blowing up a mountain, running across the railway tracks on a motorcycle in front of an incoming train. It's weird.
Here's another review from our girl Jennifer. For this to
That's
be
our
made
girl. That's our girl.
For this to be made in 2000, I expected to see people of color on Sodor. Oh, I already love this.
Oh, okay. First of all, you don't freaking see any people, regardless of color, on Sodor in that movie.
Other
There are
Thomas
no
episodes
Yeah,
have
are no-
African Americans, though obviously not as significantly numbered as seen with people not of color. If my son is going to watch Thomas shows, it would be nice to see people that he identifies with as well. Other children should see diversity in the cast as well to help their social skills and acceptance. It says a lot when you have an all-Caucasian cast, especially in the year 2000.
Well,
With that being said, let's wrap up this episode of the
Kike was about to
Grease
say
and
something,
Oil
but it's all
podcast.
good.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was.
no, like that. Okay, fair point. But the TV series episodes around this time were all Caucasian too. Like I don't. It's not the movie's fault. It's just how the series was run at the time. You know.
The first time they ever had like an African American like workman was in season 12, I think.
Okay, well there you go. So it's not like I am sure Jennifer, what's her face means good, but like, is your
Poor
child
Jennifer Hudson.
is your child really going to watch this movie and be like, there were no black people or Asian people in this movie, therefore like Sodor is like a white supremacist state? Like kids,
Well, it
don't,
takes place in like the 1940s, so yeah.
kids don't make the jump. Like that's way too big of a gap. I mean, they're honestly trying to figure out where's Thomas's driver and fireman, if anything. Like that's what kids are more worried about than
Or just where the hell is Edward?
yeah, like where is everybody? Why do all the engines have their own voices all of a sudden? I've been watching the TV series for like 3 years and it's always been done by one guy, and now in this movie everybody has different voices. Like what the
You
heck?
know how weird it would be if all the engine's voices were just Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing they did.
That would be
Puffball.
so weird.
And like why
Puffball, I'm coming. Ha ha ha.
and they're probably wondering why James and Percy sound like girls, and like more than there's all these white people here. I don't know. I'm just speaking from my experience growing up with Thomas the Tank Engine. I never once did question.
From the
Okay.
experience of a white straight male, yeah.
Yes. So, are you implying that like I don't like it doesn't matter what I say because I'm white?
Yes,
and straight?
exactly. That is exactly what my implication was.
Wow,
meaning,
that's
yes.
racist, dude. That's racist.
Haven't white people been suppressed enough in society? Like, honestly. Segregation.
What the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense.
This has been
Whatever,
the
we're done. We're
worst
done with this
chunk
podcast.
of a podcast
Screw this.
ever.
I hate it.
Come back next week when we'll get Keek Ray on to read more reviews of Calling All Engines and so forth.
Psych, no, we're not.
Yes, we are.
We
Also,
can talk about.
we can get
I still
Ryan
have-
Tron
We
12
can,
on.
we can talk about like the underrated characters and overrated characters.
Let's get
I
Ryan
still
Tron
have
12 on.
ideas for. No, I don't. I'm kind of out of ideas. The top
Bye.
10 best Thomas and Friends crashes, the top 10 best TWR prototype pictures, the top
The
10
top
railway
10
series
bust my
to
bufferses
TV
of the series.
transport machines,
The top
top
1
10
grease and
TWR items
oils
that
of
look
the
okay in
series.
embryo form, top 10 cringe-worthy Thomas and Friends moments. That's all I have.
We
You're
could,
turning into Watch Mojo.
yeah. God, Watch Mojo. All right, we'll talk about guys. Join us next time when we talk about Watch Mojo. Bye, everyone.